No Film School's NAB 2022 coverage is brought to you by Blackmagic Design and Creative Solutions, which consists of Small HD, Teradek, and Wooden Camera, and Atomos.
So the R5 C is the latest in the Cinema EOS brand of cameras. We have always had really great DSLRs and mirrorless cameras that are, made for still photography, but also shoot video, good video. This is the first in this style of camera that is really video first, being a Cinema EOS camera, but also takes incredible stills as well. So I like to refer to it as literally two cameras in one. On the photo side of the camera, you have an R5. Basically everything that the R5 does is there. So the same sensor, the same 45 megapixel stills, the same frames per second. The only thing that it doesn't have is the in-body image stabilization that the R5 has. So the R5 C is a fixed sensor, relies on the image stabilization in the lenses in order to do that in the photo mode. But that's it, it's an R5. What's interesting about the camera though is when you switch the camera into the video mode, now you've got a completely Cinema EOS based experience. So the menu changes over to the Cinema EOS camera, the operating system, the interface changes, and you have access to all the codecs that the Cinema EOS line is known for. So Cinema Raw Light, XF AVC, which is that really broadcast accepted codec for 10-bit 422. Goes into all your editing systems, and you got all the scopes as well that you'd be used to seeing on a cinema camera. So you don't have to shoot video with a histogram. You got a waveform monitor, vector scope, proper cinema tools.
Awesome. I mean, as somebody who's graduated from the 75-day range all the way up, shot on C500s, I really like the R line because it has like that flexibility of both of those worlds in one body.
Right.
I mean, what are the types of places that you, like a filmmaker might take this that you wouldn't take a bigger body like a C500 to, or what are the things that you would do with this camera that make it special?
Yeah, sure. So for one thing, you've got stills built into it. So any application where you'd be utilizing stills for BTS or promotional or anything like that, documentary, of course, but not having to have a whole stabilized build out and everything. That's obviously very important with this. For me personally, as being like kind of a tech rep, I just love the idea that I can throw a full cinema camera and a still in a bag and not be wheeling around Pelican cases.
Yeah. I mean, you've got it built out with an Alice Orion on there.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen a lot of people trying to shoot anamorphic on something like this, or?
Yeah, we always got asked, hey, can I throw anamorphics on, the R5 or the 5D and stuff like that. So now you actually have anamorphic support for D-squeeze in the camera.
Okay, great.
And with it being an RF mount, it's very adaptable. So you can do, obviously, what we're doing here with the PL, but also our EF glass goes onto it with inexpensive adapters.
Perfect.
So lots of capability on lens choices. And then the only other difference in the body from the R5 is that little bit extended back there, which is the fan.
Okay.
So no overheating, unlimited recording times as long as you have enough media and as long as you have enough power. You can go all day with something like this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Are there multiple de-squeeze modes, like 1.2, 1.5, or
Yeah, 1.3, 1.8, and 2.
Okay, there you go. And as far as so you started in almost like a DSLR mode, then you want to body it up to like PL mount, the Canon Cine lenses. I mean, is there any, as far as codecs, as far as like usability in the field, is there any takeaway that's like, oh, this is a baby brother to a cinema camera, or does it really feel like a cinema camera out there?
So, I mean, you've got Cinema Raw Light in this, whereas the EOS R5 had a RAW, but it wasn't quite the same as the Cinema Raw Light. So for the first time in Raw Light, you've got internal recording at 12-bit for 8K, 5.9K in Super 35, and 2.9K in Super 16.
Oh, great.
So you have all these different sensor modes, plus you've got 12-bit regardless of the frame rate. So all the way up to 8K 60p raw light.
Awesome. It's out now?
It is out. It's just started shipping. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can't wait to shoot with it, and thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.